Hey, it's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church with the Proverbs Practical. I appreciate you watching. We're into a stretch of Proverbs where Solomon warns about the dangers, motivations, and rationale of laziness. So we're in Proverbs 26, and we're down to verse 16. It says, "The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason." Now, we've seen all kinds of dangers of laziness, how it's going to lead to starvation, how it's based in bad risk assessment, how it leaves people going nowhere in life. Now, there are obviously some people who have very real limitations beyond their control on what they can and can't do. This passage is not talking about them. But many a person who could do more than they are stays lazy. And they keep arguing for why their situation is different, why they're right, why they shouldn't do what they really should do. Remember how bad off the person who is wise in their own conceit is? Verse 12 talked about that. It told us that there was more hope of a fool than of the person who was wise in their own conceit. But now it says that the sluggard, the person who's committed to laziness, is like that. They're wise in their own conceit. Preventing people from reaching that point is one legitimate reason to answer a fool according to his folly, to try to turn him from that folly before he becomes so wrapped up in it that it defines him and he's proud of it. Becoming wise in your own conceit, that is not just thinking something wrong, but being convinced of the superiority of your own wrong thinking, locked into it so tightly that you won't acknowledge the wisdom of anyone else's words. It's a terrible place to be, both spiritually and even physically. So Solomon observes that after you've made all these arguments to the sluggard, to the lazy person, that no, the lion isn't going to get you, you don't really need all that sleep, this laziness could eventually harm or kill you, the sluggard will often still come back with a reason for why they can't or shouldn't work. 7 people can come by and give him suggestions for jobs or good reasons why he should get moving, and it can be any number of people. 7 just represents like completion here, but he'll sit smug, sure that he knows better than any of them, that he knows what's best for himself, what he really needs, what's wisest and best. See, you often simply can't reason or argue people into hard work. They may be forced to labor, but it's hard to force someone to diligence. They're so good at rationalizing it away. And so this means that the person who is committed to laziness is in a terrible fix. He's farther gone than a fool, since his folly is so directly connected to his destiny and outcomes in life. He's actively ruining his life, arguing the whole time that he's doing the best that he can. He thinks that he's wiser than everyone else, but he's killing himself while making the excuse that he's trying to save his life. He's wasting his life while he claims that he needs a little more rest. He's starving to death because he's too weary to work, and no one can talk him out of it. Let's not let ourselves get there. Let's stay open to the words that people speak to us when they can have a reason for what they say. Let's look for how we can actively use our time and thus our lives more effectively, both for this world and, all the more importantly, for eternity. Let's be as critical of our own reasoning, especially of our reasoning for why we should or shouldn't do something, as we are of anyone else that we disagree with. When we don't want to do something, it's fine if we say that, and if we say that it's the wrong thing to do, or if we're replacing it with something better to do, but we can't afford to be wise in our own conceits. I hope this video is a help to you. If it is, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like it. Until next time, I hope you stay well and listen to those who can give a reason.